Hey there, I'm Rune, otherwise known as Blue Panda. You may know me from either two things, my very suggestive thumbnails or the fact that I complain about nearly everything in Zenless on Zero. It's no secret that I have a lot of issues with many aspects of this game, but I understand that making multiple videos like these comes off as me hating ZZZ. This couldn't be farther from the truth, and it got me thinking, what if I made a video talking about one thing I love about every character in ZZZ today? It'd be easy to script, and I'm sure my viewers could use some positivity from my videos for a change. So today, I'll be highlighting one thing that I love about every character in ZZZ. Be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing afterwards. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, we'll do this in the same way we did the one thing I hate video, by going in alphabetical order, which means that our first character is... Rena. Alexandrina Sebastian. I stated in my hate video that the main reason I hated her was the fact that the game kept giving me her. That hasn't changed, by the way. In that time span, the game thought it would be funny to toss 2 more copies of her my way, but no engine in sight. It was so bad that I had to use my 2.0 weapon selector to get Cradle, and I am still upset to this day. But alas, we're not here to hate on agents I already laid into. Jesus, this is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. I suppose the one thing that I love about Rena is her motherly personality and the fact that she's actually pretty funny. I know most gacha game players don't read the story, but a lot of the flavor text between some characters can be pretty hilarious. Rena being no exception. Subjecting Lycon to cryptid horrors known as her own cooking is probably the only redeeming thing about this character in my opinion. Next up, we have Alice Thimefield. Going forward, characters that did not appear in the last video would get both a love and hate segment from me, because again, it wouldn't be a Blue Panda video if I wasn't hating on something eventually. As for Alice herself, this was made before the release of 2.1, but I know some of y'all are gonna be idiots in the comments that aren't going to see the time that the video was uploaded and still ask for her. So my opinions about her will be based solely on what we've been showed at the time nearing her release. With that all said, one thing I like about this character is actually her animations. She's serving so much with this one pose where she throws away the rapier, and I fear she gagged them with this. As for the thing that I hate about Alice, I was contemplating pulling for this character, but then she had the nerve to open her mouth. I do not like being ear-raped by an adult woman pretending to be a little girl, and every time I've heard this character speak, I've always turned down the volume or clicked off the video.
Alice Thimefield. On behalf of the Thimefield family, I extend my regards to you.
So for the time being, I'm most likely going to have to skip on Alice. And be Damara, Miss Zenless herself. Her voice, oh my goodness, I love you, Sam Slade. You've made possibly one of the most boring characters initially into one of the most memorable ones to date. I don't want to spend too much time gushing about voice actors, so I'll just leave it at that. Also, I'm gonna be the one to say this here, but I'm much more of a fan of her A-rank design than Soldier Zero. Green is nowhere near my favorite color, but it sure as hell gave her an identifiable look and a sea of white-haired anime gacha game girl icons. Anton Ivanov. Ugh. This one has to go to personality as well. Bro characters are some of my favorites in media, and I think that this is Anton's only redeeming factor. That's it. I really hate this character, guys. Asaba Harumasa, quite literally the best written character in ZZZ. I like a lot of things about Haru, ranging from his design to his voice and even his personality. But the one thing that I enjoy about him the most is his character story. Gacha games usually have terribly written stories behind them, but that is nowhere near the case for Harumasa here himself. He is a wonderful character with a tragic story, which I believe is truly peak cinema. Astra Yao, she's gorgeous. Hello? Outside of her bangs, she is really pretty, and I absolutely love both her base design and skin as well. Overall, a solid character with a great personality and a very talented voice actress behind it as well. Ben Bigger. I don't need to go over why I like this character, right? I think that we're all on the same page here and we can agree that we know that I love this character, yeah? Billy Kid. Holy fucking aura, bro. This is one of the coolest robot characters ever created. His outfit is great, his weapons are sick. He also rivals HSR's male character design by being the coolest one in the room, out-mogging all of these freaks. Not to mention, that voice? I have 2 guns, so double the accuracy. This is one of the hardest designs Hoyoverse cooked up, and I'm not even joking. 11 out of 10 peak character. Bernice White. Surprisingly, I've actually grown to like Bernice's character a lot more. She's just an upbeat girl in a world where people need to smile more. She also just wants to grab a drink with her best friends or make new ones. And I can't not appreciate that about her. The song is also pretty catchy, I will admit. Caesar King. I bet a lot of you guys were waiting for this one. Surprisingly, I actually really love Caesar's voice. Amidst the dumpster fire of a design and playstyle this is, she actually sounds very cool, and I do love reciting some of her voice lines from time to time. I won't budge, even one step. Corin Wicks. Or is it Wikis? I still don't know. She's adorable. Why would you ever hate anything about this character outside of her gameplay? While I may not be into the whole maid thing, I cannot help but acknowledge the fact that we've got ourselves a cinnamon roll here. She's kind of like if Elise and Sakura from Fire Emblem Fates got combined too, if you think about it. But only if Sakura was also magically transformed into a scaredy cat. Ellen Jo. I love trying to do Ellen's voice from time to time. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like crack every time I try to replicate one of her voices. Again, I'm not into the maids, but her voice has definitely made her memorable in my opinion. Don't mess up my nails. I'm scissors, your paper. Oh, and I guess her having a massive shark tail is pretty neat, but it would have been cool if she was a full-on shark tyrant. Evelyn Chevalier. For those of you that watched the previous video, you'll remember that I stated that I didn't like her playstyle initially. And since then, not only have I gotten both her and her weapon, but I've also done a complete 180 on that opinion. Can you believe it, guys? People changing their opinions when new information is presented? Wow, completely unheard of. I made a whole video going into depth as to why I love this character, so you can definitely check it out if you want to see me gush about her some more. But considering that my thing that I hate about her is something that I no longer dislike about her, I'm gonna give a new thing that I dislike about Eevee. That being both the woo-wah outro attack she has, and the part of her basic attack where she's in the air. I don't like when combo strings in this game send you airborne, and I think the devs should continue to ignore the Y-axis for the time being. But that being said, Evelyn is one of my favorite characters, and I love her a lot. Grace Howard. I used to love her old voice, however we no longer have that, so I guess I'm just gonna have to chalk another one up to personality. Great character, very funny, big boobs, yada yada. In all seriousness though, Grace holds a special place in my heart because she was my second S-rank character and has been with me through thick and thin. And while she's been demoted to my Shock Harumasa team slot, I still love her to this day. Hoshimi Miyabi, absolutely nothing. I hate this character with my entire— I'm kidding, guys. You really think that I hate Miyabi? What's there not to like? Christina V voices her. Her playstyle, although boring, is very visually satisfying, and she is possibly one of the coolest characters in the Hoyoverse franchise. We're talking 20 out of 10, amazing character design. Please get this character on rerun, guys. I'm so serious. Hugo Vlad, our second character that didn't appear in the previous video. First off, let me just say that I love everything about this character. Design, weapon, playstyle, voice? Are you kidding me? I'm convinced that he converted so many bicurious men into bisexuals. No way a man whispers like this in your ear and you aren't pitching a tent for that? Are you serious? But also, he's hilarious because he's a D1 rage baiter and Lycan falls for it every time. But as usual, I have to state one thing that I hate about him. And it's the fact that his banner was right before 2.0, which meant that I had to skip him in order to make sure that I can max out that fuck-ass Panda first. And the crazy thing is that since it was a Sausage Party banner, it did the worst in Hoyoverse history, which means that they aren't rerunning him again until the end of the year. Which is crazy because I literally want to get him M3, but I'm not going to be able to see him for a while, which I guess works out in my favor. And it's also not really his fault though, so I can't really be too mad at him. Jane Doe. This is another one that goes to the voice work. The English voice fundamentally makes Jane who she is. It characterizes her extremely well, and I absolutely adore it. I've been telling people that the final act begins now so much they think that I'm a schizo stuck in a time loop in a stage play. The final act begins now. Jufufu. The only redeeming quality that I like about this character is her damn weapon. This little guy is cool as hell, but it's a shame that he's tied to the Lollybait character. Oh, and I guess the thing that I hate about Jufufu is the fact that she's a Lollybait character. Coleta Bellabog. Okay guys, I believe that this is an unpopular opinion here, so don't shoot me, but I actually like Coleta's new voice. Don't bully me, I'm right! The old one was just too raspy for me, so much so to the point where it would be grating on my ears. This new voice makes her sound so much better in my opinion. She does sound a little too young, but again, she's a teenager, so that's supposed to be the point. Unlike Alice, I don't want to rip my ears off when I listen to her speak, so this is one of the few times a VA change actually worked in their character's favor. Lighter. Holy fucking aura. Same case as Billy here, but heavy emphasis on Alex Lay. I love characters characters that'll just piece you up without even questioning it. Motherfuckers who just hit him with the good old 1-2 or some of the best designs in fiction, and Lighter is certainly no exception here. 11 out of 10 peak cinema. Luciana de Montefiore. I used to love her old voice, but here we are again. If you guys know me, you'll know that I very much hate Lucy, but she's similar to Fufu here, where the one redeeming quality are the familiars she has with her. Oh, if I could free these boars from the slavery and torture Lucy puts them through, I'd do so in a heartbeat. I know that these little guys are tougher than they look and all, but that doesn't mean that it's still right. So again, little guys ruined by the fact that they're tied to Lollybait. Nekomaya Meta. Moving on, Nicole Damara. The best thing about this character is that despite her cheapness, she still manages to put others first before herself. On top of having an amazing design, Nicole having the most wholesome character in the group scored her some more points from me. It kinda hits home because I'm also too generous to my friends sometimes, especially when I know that I'd need the money more in most cases. One day, if I make it big on here, I want to make sure I gift my friends something to pay them back for being in my life. I know relationships aren't transactional, but I still want to bless my friends with my wealth if and when I get to that point. And seeing that kindness shown through Nicole makes me enjoy her character a lot more. Wow, that got surprisingly emotional. Sorry for the whiplash that you guys are about to feel for this next one, but Panyan Hu. I want to rail the shit out of this panda, and I'm gonna make sure that Yongkwai Summit has enough panda thyrins to last until Phalum Heights is engulfed in the Lemurian Hollow. As for the thing I hate about him, I hate that he's labeled as a defense agent when he's really a support, but my last video went more into detail about that, so check that out as well. Piper Wheel. Moving on, Pulchra Felony. Great design and an amazing voice. Very rare that you see full-on furry women in a game like this. Which sucks because the only time I see furry women in video games, it's either in porn games or cutesy baby designs. So Pulchra is a refreshing breath of fresh air. A big shame that a lot of furries didn't come back to ZZZ because of her, but that just goes to show how misogynistic the fan base is. But you didn't hear it from me. Ching-Yi. The only redeeming factor here is Kira Buckland voicing her. Moving on. Seth Lowell. This little catboy twink is actually an amazing character when it comes to the story. He's essentially Jane's second half, and he does a great job of upholding his sense of justice while investigating into her. It's a shame that he fell for Harumasa's rage bait that one time, but I guess not everybody can be perfect. Soldier 11. I used to love her old voice, but man, dude, I sound like a broken record. Haden is amazing. I love her character a lot and all that nonsense. I talk more about how much I enjoy her in this video here, so do check that out if you want to see more of my honest opinions about her. Sokaku. She's actually a really fun character. I love how she's just the gremlin of Section 6 and how she's basically a garbage disposable. Me too, kid. Me too. Her relationship with Yanagi is adorable, and I love the one Twitter video talking about how she'd solo the JJK verse if she was promised the Scooby snack. Trigger. Karen here is actually the second best written character in ZZZ, which is surprising because she's essentially the Goonerbait character of the new year. But I guess it's on brand that a Nikke-like character has an amazing story tied to her. Tsukishiro Yanagi. I already expressed my love for her shortly in the Hate video, but if I had to pinpoint one specific thing about her, it'd be her voice. Literally some of the best voice lines while in battle, and I'm being so serious. This right here is Mother, and you cannot convince me to hate her in any way, shape, or form. Mind and body. Enemies of Section 6 shall pay. Like, why does she say like, oh my, dude, Yukinami Yuzuha. I just love the fact that she has her Tanuki Kama with her. He's adorable. I'd love to get M6 Yuzuha just to see him in his little pajamas, but that's way too expensive and it's pretty impractical for me. As for something I hate about her, it'd probably be her swimsuit outfit. This is a teenager, and I don't feel comfortable looking at one in a swimsuit here where the jiggle physics are going off the charts. I don't want to discuss the semantics behind the age of pixels in a video game, so I'll just leave it at, this makes me feel uncomfortable and I do not like it. So therefore, I will not buy it. Vivian Banshee. Her design is beautiful. The different purples here really mesh together well, and I love the parasol she has. As for the one thing I hate about her, why is it always the voice with characters like these? You mean to tell me Homegirl went from talking about divinations to the standard notice me senpai girl? Look, I'm not hating the archetype. Hell, I love Kasumi in Persona 5 Royal. But again, my ears hurt after listening to this character. Thank God Laura Post didn't give Sumi the fucking lolly voice, because that would have been a disaster for that game. Von Lycan. Just so you guys know, this is how I feel talking about this character to most of you guys.
Say the line, Bart.
I want to have sex with Von Lycan.
Yeah!
Alright guys, you win with your furry stuff. That's what you wanted, right? To win. In all seriousness, it's a wolf character in a game dominated by women and lollybait. Of course I'm gonna like this character by proxy. Proxy? Like, the proxy in Zenless Zone Zero? Oh yeah, I guess since we're on the topic of them, I should bring up Wise and Belle. Very convenient that I got to them while getting to the letter W. I could chalk these guys up to great designs, with Wise having a great outfit and Belle having a very nice voice. To this day, I'm still glad I chose Wise because I get to listen to Courtney yap in my ear during cutscenes. It feels very nostalgic in a sense.
Alright, memories for watching.
As for one thing I hate about them, I guess it's the fact that they aren't playable yet. So here's to hoping to a free S-rank version of the proxies soon. Yishuan, Miss Grandmaster herself might be competing with Yanagi for the title of valedictorian from Mother University. Okay, that was definitely a sentence I said there. But by far, my favorite thing about Yishuan is her voice. I know, sue me. I fucking love English voice actors. I used to not be so fond of her voice in the beginning, but it grew on me after a while. There's this one voice line that she says after the stun phase is over that really sticks with me because of how caring she is. And I really enjoy hearing it from time to time. Okay, editing Rune here. I've been here for like 15 minutes trying to get Yishuan to say the damn line. The line goes, "Don't let your guard down," in a soul motherly voice, but for some reason, certain voice lines only play against certain bosses or certain enemies, and I've been here for like 20-ish minutes trying to get her to say it, but I'm just convinced that she can't say it against a specific boss. She says it against UCC, but when I was trying to do it against Pompeii, she didn't say it. But yeah, that's what I like about her. One thing I don't like about her, though, is definitely her design. It's not bad at all. It's just very boring considering that it's another white-haired anime gacha game girl. So there's that. And last but not least, Juyu. This is like the most nothing burger agent in the whole cast, and I don't have anything particularly nice to say about her, so I'll leave it to the fact that it's nice that I don't have to get her anymore due to Yishuan existing. So, there you go. And that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys can see that I actually enjoy a lot about the characters in this game and just ZZZ in general. I do want to use this time to make a little bit of an announcement though. As you guys know, I mainly specialize in doing these ZZZ commentary style videos. I enjoy making them too, but part of me has gotten a little conflicted as of late. I understand that I shouldn't cater towards algorithms and just create content that I want, but that's the issue. I love ZZZ, but I don't want my entire channel to only be centered around gacha games. I know I've essentially shot myself in the foot by making only gacha content, so a lot of my audience who are subscribed will only tune in for that stuff. But I'm just scared of reaching a point in my channel's career where I get tired of uploading ZZZ content and eventually have burnout. And trust me, I know that consistency and being good at one thing is what makes people successful. I've been doing content on TikTok before and I've gotten big off of multiple different things. But eventually, I either got bored of what I was doing or I just didn't like what I was doing anymore. So naturally, I stopped doing it. And I don't want that to happen here. Trust me, two things can be true at the same time as well. I've seen so many other channels that have dedicated themselves to doing one thing, especially if it's a super niche thing, and they're thriving off of that to this day. But I want my one thing to be about commentating about the games I play, not just commentating over gacha games. So I think I'm going to start incorporating some non-ZZZ videos into my channel like I did before. These will still have the same scripted structure that I have in these ZZZ videos, but they will just be covering games that I either love, dislike, are a super big part of my childhood, and etc. Now yes, I have done videos like these before on my channel, and I do understand that they naturally don't get that many views considering that I have built my channel as a gacha channel first. So it'd be even more of me shooting myself in the foot if I were to continue doing this. But again, I want to create content that I want to watch, not what the algorithm wants. And if I want to make it big doing it this way, I'll have to start by getting better at my script writing whilst talking about the games that I love, rather than chasing an audience in a market where the general public despises the genre it makes. Look, I'm not trying to appeal to generic audiences or public audiences or whatever, and I'm also not gonna stop doing ZZZ videos either. I just want to talk about all of the games I play and the things that I love or hate about them, rather than just stagnate myself by feeling as though I'm chained down to Zenless. And I think that with this video being the exact counterpart to my most popular one, the one that put me on the grid, I think that this is a good starting point for me. And don't worry, I'm not going to change up my editing style for these videos either, and the thumbnails are definitely going to stay. But I just want to start this new chapter in my life, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would stick around for a bit as I make this journey. As always, big shoutouts to my channel members on screen here. Members get access to my videos a day early and exclusive access to my Discord with special perks attached to them. And if you want to support me directly, consider buying me a coffee. It helps keep me well fed and gives me motivation to continue doing these videos. With that being said, I've got to get started on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.